Hi guys, this is Ashley Morgan, My Blind Life. This is the third day of my vacation in Hawaii, and it is my birthday, July the 27th, and we decided to go to Pearl Harbor. So you're 40 years old?
3,600 submarines were lost during the World War II. 4 American submarines have been lost since World War II.
Top, there's a wheelchair ramp for anybody with mobility issues. You're gonna head out to the dock, load up onto the boat, and we'll take you to the Arizona Memorial. But before that happens, there are just a few important things to keep in mind. First is that when you get to the boat, please make sure you listen to all the instructions given to you by the Navy sailors, because anything they tell you is in the interests of your safety. In particular, the sailor's gonna ask you please take a seat on the boat and remain seated for the whole trip across the harbor to the Arizona Memorial. When the boat arrives at the memorial and ties up at the dock, please head off the boat, go onto the dock, head up the ramp and into the memorial without stopping. So please don't wait for any family members on the dock. Don't take pictures on the ramp. Just head straight up into the memorial. When you're on the memorial, we ask you please help us maintain an atmosphere of quiet contemplation. Please keep your voices low, have your phones on silent. You can take pictures and video, but be aware of the space and of your fellow visitors. And please only use your phone as a camera. Don't use it for social media or for making any calls or texts when you're out there on the memorial. You only have about 10 minutes before your return boat arrives. When it does, we'll have you line up along the side of the memorial facing Battleship Missouri. You'll wait for the next group of visitors to come on board, and we'll send you back down the ramp to your return boat. It's very important to get onto your return boat, so please don't just turn around to get back on the same boat that dropped you off, and don't miss the boat that comes to pick you up and try to get on the next one. Because we fill these boats up as much as we can, and that means that we may not have space for you if you do that, or maybe taking a spot from somebody else. Either way, don't want anyone to have to go swimming today to get back. So, first boat drops you off, second boat picks you up. Sound good? Excellent. I would like to talk briefly about why we're here, and I know people come to Pearl Harbor for all different reasons. But regardless of why you came here today, you are here, ultimately, because of the Day of Infamy. I myself have been here for a little over a year now, and I would like to share with you one of the stories that I've learned. It's about 2 sailors in particular, and their names were Clarence Lipke and Chester Miller. One of the reasons why their story stuck out to me is because they're from my hometown of Detroit, Michigan. And on a cold, snowy day, November of 1940, Clarence Lipke, Chester Miller, and 2 of their other friends, Charles McClelland and Burl King, decided that all together as a group of 4, they were going to go out and join the Navy together. The reason why was simple. They were kids, teenagers at least, but they were doing kid jobs, working at the bowling alley, delivering newspapers, picking up bottles and cans. They wanted something better. They wanted decent jobs with good benefits, which were hard to get back then. They could be hard to get now. So they decided, let's join the Navy, make something of themselves. Now, there were a few hurdles. Clarence Lipke was only 17 years old, so while he could join the Navy, he had to get his parents' permission first. Chester Miller, he had a different problem. He was just too young. Of course, he wasn't going to let that stop him. I mean, he'd grown up just 1 street over from Clarence, went to the same elementary school down the block with him. He wasn't going to let his best buddy go join the Navy without him. So he walked right up to the recruiter and he lied about his age. So Chester Miller joined the Navy at the fresh-faced age of 15 years old. And I do mean fresh-faced, because I've seen a picture of him in training camp and it is clear the kid couldn't shave yet. The recruiter was not asking questions that day. But all 4 friends were accepted into the U.S. Navy. All 4 went through training together in Chicago, and all 4 were assigned to ships here in Pearl Harbor with the U.S. Pacific Fleet. One of their friends was assigned to a light cruiser, USS Helena. Another went to a battleship, USS Nevada. Clarence and Chester were assigned to an even bigger and an even better ship, USS Arizona. Chester was assigned as a fireman 2nd class, an F-2C, working in the engines of the ship. And Clarence, he got a different job at first, but he actually applied for a transfer, so he could work side by side with his best friend. And for a while, it was pretty good. When all the ships were together here in Pearl Harbor, they could go visit each other. And their buddy on the cruiser Helena, he was jealous. He went to go visit Clarence and Chester over on the Arizona one day to get some lunch with them, and he actually thought the dining facilities were a lot better than what he got on his ship. He said that on the Arizona, they got plates. But then, on December 7th, 1941, the Empire of Japan attacked the U.S. fleet here at Pearl Harbor. The USS Nevada managed to make it almost out of the harbor before she was forced to beach due to bomb and torpedo damage. Unfortunately, Burl King was unharmed. The USS Honolulu was hit by a torpedo, and Charles McClellan broke his leg, but was otherwise alive. The USS Arizona was hit by a bomb that detonated the forward magazines, and 1,177 members of her crew were killed, including Clarence and Chester. At the time, Clarence Lipke was only 18 years old, and Chester Miller was only 16. And they're still there on the Arizona. They and over 900 of their fellow shipmates. Their bodies were never recovered. I wanted to tell you this story to remind you that regardless of why you decided to come to Pearl Harbor today, you are about to visit a cemetery, the final resting place of Clarence and Chester and so many other young men. And we simply ask you treat the Arizona Memorial the same way you would visiting any other cemetery. Please be quiet and respectful when you're out there. Make sure to keep your voices low. Have your phones on silent. But most importantly, please remember that the men who died weren't just names on a wall, but they were husbands, brothers, fathers, and sons. They all had families. They all had friends. And their family and friends still come here to pay their respects to their lost loved ones. Some of them may be on the boat with you today. It is especially poignant that you are here today, because at this point in history, there are now no living survivors left from the Arizona. The last survivor, Lou Conter, passed away just a few months ago on April 1st at the age of 102. And there are very few survivors left from the attack, likely less than 24. Within the next few years, the events of December 7th may pass completely out of living memory. And what that means is that it is now up to us, me and you, to remember what happened that day, to remember the names, to remember their stories, and to pass them down to our children and our children's children, so that these men and their sacrifices are never forgotten. So I would like to thank all of you very much. On behalf of the United States Navy and the National Park Service, I'd like to thank you myself for coming out here to Pearl Harbor National Memorial to pay your respects at the Arizona. I did start a little earlier than I intended, so I have about a minute left. Does anybody have any questions about anything at all? No? All right. Well, I do want to thank you all again. I know that you all came a very long way to be here. One of the questions I like to ask people is, where are you visiting from? And I know people come all across the country and all across the world. And it really is an incredible thing to think about, that I know you've all come a long way to be here. You could be at the beach, you could be taking a hike, you could be anywhere else here on the island of Oahu, but you chose to come here to Pearl Harbor to learn about these men, to learn about that day, and to pay your respects to these young sailors that you never knew. It is an incredible thing that I see every day, and I want to thank you all so much for being here, to be part of this story. And now, with all that said, I will open up these doors, and I'll send you out to the dock. Thank you all very much.
We are currently taking the ferry to Pearl Harbor.
Oh, it's flashing. Doing okay, Ashley? No? And you? What's your first time on the boat? How do you like it? On the ocean. Alright, let's listen. Oh.
Welcome to ASS Arizona Memorial. Please do not stop.
Aloha Massage and Spa and just finish my full body massage, and we can record the places I leave out. Okay? Yes.
Your backpack. Oh, here. We gave them.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a quick one that
Yeah, me, her, group home.
Yeah.
And then Ashley. Huh?
I will pay that one percent.
Yes, how much?
Oh, I just charged you what was your name?
Today is July the 27th, which is my friend and my birthday. So we came to Duke Restaurant to celebrate.
like, should I bring 2 out? I was like, I'm gonna start with 1 just to make sure every.
I thought she was gonna have her piece. I was gonna have mine.
Happy birthday to you.
Here, hang on, Broken. I'll take a picture.
Yeah, we gotta sing.
Let's see if that. I'm not sure if the wind is gonna allow for me to keep this going. If you wanna try to tuck in here, I can leave my lighter with you, ladies, if you like. I can put this here for you. With sporks and extra napkins.
All right, Broken. We're just gonna have to blow this out. Ready?
Ready?
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Jessica Gina. Happy birthday to you.
Let's do it one more time, Hannah. Oh,
All right, Broken.
there we go. There we go.
Look.
Go.
And many more on channel.
Perfect timing. Enjoy, everyone.
Thank you.
You are very welcome. I'll take this one out, hun. And there's special sporks for that.
That's your money. I
Do you
think
have extra plates?
Sure.
Yes.
But
I
I
need
think
a
I
fork.
don't work. It's tall.
Oh, they're sports.
If you enjoy my content, please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, guys, toodles.